I have mentored Sara toppers in my this years of mentorship, and close to 1/3 of my students who were under my mentorship cleared the prelims last time. This is a round-wise and the time management approach that I have told them, and they followed that, and that is one of the reasons why most of the students actually clear prelims this time. Hi students, welcome to yet another session of Civilsdaily IAS. As you have already read the thumbnail of the video, this video is going to be all about how a topper solves the paper in 2 hours. What are the questions he or she attempted in the first round? What are the questions you have to skip? And what is the mindset of these toppers when they actually see the paper? Now, in this last phase of preparation, all of you must be focusing more on how to do the question paper, right? All of you might be attempting open mocks in order to decide the number of time management and the rounds that you have to attempt. So this video will significantly help you to finalize your rounds, time management, and what are the questions you need to skip for the second attempt. Now, I have mentored Sara toppers in my this years of mentorship, and close to 1/3 of my students who were under my mentorship cleared the prelims last time. This is a round-wise and the time management approach that I have told them, and they followed that, and that is one of the reasons why most of the students actually clear prelims this time. So this is very crucial. Stay tuned everyone and try to learn how a topper thinks and do the paper. Now first of all, let's deal with the very basics. What is the number of questions that you have to attempt? Now let me tell you, there is no 75, 85 or 95 in the number of questions that you have to attempt. Or there is no such thing that your attempt should be based on the difficulty. No such thing. What is the only thing? If you are able to eliminate one option of a question, you need to attempt that. And always remember, this is the only golden rule. There is no one round approach. At least you have to do the paper in 2 rounds. The first round is where you attempt all the questions wherein you have 100% accuracy. And the second round is where what you have to do, at least 1/3 or 1/2 if you have reached. If you have eliminated even a single option, or if you have eliminated multiple options, you'll have to definitely attempt that question. Now, if time remains, you can go for certain tukkas, but firbi, make sure that you attempt all the questions where you are able to eliminate at least 1/3. Now, let me actually show you how to do the same. Always remember that when you actually do the first round, you only read the heading of the question. You don't read the whole statements. After you read the heading of the question, if it's a topic that you're something very familiar with, then what do you need to do? You need to start reading the statements. If you're not sure about the heading, or if you have never ever heard of the topic, then what do you need to do? You need to skip the question and move to the second round. Now let's say you heard about the topic, and then what do? You read the statements. Always make sure that you only tick or cross it on the left hand side. Okay? You only tick on the left hand side. If you're not sure, circle the statement. If you're sure about statements, if it's correct, tick, or if it's incorrect. Always make sure that when you read the question, you only read the heading of a question. Let's say, for example, consider the following statements regarding Government of India Act 1935. If you have a clear-cut clarity regarding the Government of India Act 1935, then only you start reading the statements. If you're not sure regarding the heading, then what do? You skip the question and keep it for the second round. Now let's say you have a clarity regarding that heading. Now what do? You read the statements. For those who you know it's correct, you tick on the left hand side. If it's incorrect, you cross it on the right hand side. And what do? You make the certain changes in the options itself. Let's say, for example, 1 is incorrect. Then you cut all those options in which 1 is not there. This is the way you have to do. And if you're not sure regarding any particular statement in the same, what do? You just circle the same. You circle the options in which you are confused, and you circle the question that you are confused, and you keep it for the second round. Okay, everyone? Now, let's actually solve the question. Always when you do the question, you have to underline and circle the same. Right. So here, with reference to Indian Constitution, what are the 3 things you have to circle? The one is a fact. What are the facts given in the statements or the heading? The other regarding the words can, may, primarily, mainly, and all the other different things, and whether the statement is correct or incorrect. These are things that you have to circle always. With reference to Indian Constitution, consider the following statements. Bodies over which the union or state exercise substantial control are considered as state. Yes, they are considered as state. I know the same. Delayed payment of a worker violates the right under forced labor under Article 23. I am not sure regarding the same. Imposing compulsory service for public service is excluded under the application of Article 23. I am sure. So what do you have to do? You're not sure regarding statement 2, but you're sure regarding statement 1 and 3. So therefore, how many of the above are correct? So therefore, none is incorrect. Only one is incorrect, because you know that 1 and 3 is correct. Now what do? You circle the same, you circle this, and then you move on to the next question. This is what you have to do, and this is the way you have to solve the same. Now, do I know this? Which of the following statements is correct regarding electoral rolls? I'm not sure. I don't have a complete 100% clarity regarding electoral rolls, but I have some idea. For the fact that I have some idea, I'm going to be reading the same. Preparation and revision of electoral rolls is done according to Representation of People's Act 1951. Now, always make sure that UPSC puts certain traps. Either it will be under the Constitution or it will be under any different act, maybe Representation of People's Act 1950. This is the way you have to think. Always try to counter the same by using a different better fact. Right. I'm not sure. Maybe it will be under Representation of Acts 1950. Each assembly constituency has its own separate electoral roll prepared specifically for the constituency. Yes, this is correct. If the electoral roll is not revised, then the previous electoral roll is well added. Now, if you actually think the same, it seems very probable, right? It seems something very general, right? So therefore, what do you have to do? Take the statement correct, but you are not sure regarding A. But you know that 2 and 3 is correct. So therefore, A will not be the answer. C will not be the answer. You are confused between the same. Keep it for the second round. This is the way you have to do. I'll keep it for the third round because statement-wise questions, if you are not completely sure, if you don't have a proper clarity, what do you need to do? You need to keep it for the third round. Now, let me also tell you that statement-wise questions, it's better to keep it for the second round because it requires a deep level of understanding and thinking. So all the very big paragraph questions, statement-wise questions, statements which are mostly 5 or more above options or 4 or more above options, keep it for the second round, because if you actually read in the first round, it's going to drain you too much. So therefore, keep all these questions for the second round only. 14th one, consider the following regarding political parties in India. How many of the above are incorrect? Income tax estimates are only available to recognize political parties. I don't think so. The privilege of appointing star members is solely is an extreme word. I'm not sure. National parties visa restoration if it fails to conduct 2 consecutive. I'm not sure regarding the same. So therefore, keep it for the second round. Model Prison Act is a question that I'm not sure. So I keep it for the second round. So I have done close to 15 questions away. Let me tell you, this is the way you have to do it. Okay. All those questions which you have 100% clarity, do it in the first round. Which you know certain questions, which you're not sure, what do you need to do? You need to cut the options and keep the rest of the question for the second round, wherein you only read those statements which you have a doubt and make the decision in the second round. Those questions which you don't have any idea regarding the same or which you are very less comfortable, what do you have to do? You have to keep it for the second round as well. So this is the way how the toppers do it, everyone. I have taken 15 questions here. I guess 15 questions is a sufficient number for you to understand how you have to do the paper. Okay? So make sure that you attempt all the questions where you are able to eliminate at least one of the options. Don't take a decision that you will be attempting close to 75 questions. That's not the ideal thing. Always believe in the principle of probability and make sure you have a proper time management approach as well. First round can be like 1 hour. Second round can be again 1 to 50 in the first 25 minutes. Again 50 to 100 in the next 25 minutes and the last 10 minutes for the third round. Make sure that you do at least 20 to 15 FLTs. And by the 10th FLT, you make sure that your time management is good. And the rest 5 to 10 FLTs, you practice the same time management to make sure that the method that you're doing is precise. So thank you everyone. Thank you all for joining. I hope the 15 questions, by doing the 15 questions, you are able to understand how you have to approach the paper. Thank you.